I'm Owen, jolted awake, moon dim, Rusty growling, peeking at my cam to catch Brenda, sneaking through my hedge maze, black hoodie over her red blouse, garden shears flashing. She's hacking away, wild cursing, trying to carve her shortcut back, branches flying in my green trap. I grin, hit record, slip outside, and call Brenda. She spins, nearly falls, face red, caught cold. This is illegal, she hisses, but I've got her on video, vandalizing my land at midnight. What you do next? How's this lawn war end? Smash that like button. Let's get 39 likes for this video, 'cause your support fuels these crazy tales. Brenda's about to unravel. Don't blink. The morning started quiet in Lakeland. Sun creeping up, spilling gold across my little brick house as I shuffled toward the kitchen, coffee pot humming soft. I was half awake, dreaming of a lazy day, maybe grill some burgers, when a crash ripped through the stillness, metal scraping concrete, loud and gut-punching, followed by a horn blaring sharp enough to make my dog, Rusty, yelp and dive under the table. My heart kicked hard, coffee forgotten. I bolted to the front door, flinging it open, already bracing for trouble. There she was, Brenda, standing on my lawn, arms crossed, her red blouse blazing like a warning sign, blonde hair cropped short, clipboard tucked under one arm, her plump belly pushing against her slacks. Her SUV, big, black, shiny, was wedged halfway onto my grass, front bumper nuzzling my flower bed like it had moved in for good. She glared, face twisted red with rage, like I'd personally insulted her entire existence. "What the hell is this?" she screeched, jabbing a finger at the low wooden fence I'd hammered up yesterday. Simple planks, nothing fancy, just enough to block her shortcut. I blinked, still processing, grass torn, daisies crushed under her tires. "You block my path," she went on, voice high and wild. "I've been using this driveway for months. Do you know how much time I lose going around?" I stared, dumbfounded, my coffee cooling inside, Rusty whining behind me. My driveway, my land, and she was yelling at me like I'd keyed her car. I took a slow breath, keeping my voice steady, barely. "Brenda, this is my property, not a public road. You don't get to drive through here." She scoffed, loud, dramatic, waving a manicured hand like I was a fly buzzing her picnic. "That's ridiculous. The HOA knows this is the fastest way out. Everyone uses it. Why are you being so difficult?" I clenched my jaw, resisting the urge to laugh or yell. Everyone. I'd never seen a soul but her barreling through, gravel flying, tearing up my path like she owned it. Months of this, her SUV cutting corners, my cones kicked aside, my gate flattened once, me asking her to stop, her smirking like I was joking. "HOA doesn't own my yard, Brenda," I said, firm now. "I do, and I'm done with you treating it like a freeway." Her eyes narrowed, darkening, leaning in close, voice dropping to a smug whisper. "Listen, newbie, I've been here forever. This shortcut's mine. It always will be." My fists balled, anger bubbling hot. Newbie? I'd lived here a year, fixed the place up, planted those daisies she'd just smashed, dealt with her HOA nonsense from day one. Letters about my mailbox color, fines for a stray weed. She ruled with that clipboard like a queen, belly swaying as she strutted. I tried peace, notes, talks, got nowhere. Yesterday's fence was my line in the sand, hours hammering in the sun, Rusty snoozing nearby, and now her SUV sat crashed against it, her screaming like I'd robbed her. "Call it what you want," I said, voice low. "It's my land, stay off it." She laughed, sharp, fake, pulling out her phone. "I'm calling the HOA. They'll fix this." I smirked. No humor in it. "Go ahead, let's see." She stomped back to her car, struggling to reverse, tires gouging muddy ruts, sped off, horn blaring one last jab. I stood there, grass ruined, blood simmering, hands shaking as Rusty nosed my leg. By noon, an email pinged. HOA, all caps, complaint, unauthorized fence disrupts community access. Remove immediately. I stared, rage flaring, then laughed bitter. Community access? My driveway wasn't their road. Brenda's shortcut wasn't law. She'd run crying her bored buddies, red blouse flashing, clipboard waving, spinning me as the bad guy. I slammed my laptop shut, coffee cold now, mind racing. She thought I'd cave. Quiet Owen, burger guy, no fight. She didn't know I'd spent months swallowing her crap, watching her tear my yard, dismiss my rights. Fence wasn't enough. Time for something bigger. Brenda wanted war? I plant her a damn jungle. The next morning broke soft over Lakeland, sun spilling through my blinds, coffee brewing sharp as I paced the kitchen, Rusty's tail thumping the floor. Yesterday's crash still echoed. Brenda's SUV mangling my flower bed, her screeching about my fence like I'd burned her throne. That HOA email, remove immediately, sat heavy in my gut, her muddy tire tracks glaring from my lawn. She'd parked her entitlement on my life. Months of her cutting through, gravel flying, me asking nice till my voice cracked. Fence didn't stop her, just pissed her off, and now she'd rallied her clipboard crew. I sipped my coffee, bitter now, staring at those ruts. She thought I'd rip it down. Quiet Owen, no spine. She didn't know I'd spent all night plotting something wilder, something to trap her for good. I'd had it. Her red blouse flashing, blonde hair bouncing short, belly swaying as she waved that clipboard like a scepter. Cones? She'd kicked them. Gotta? She'd flattened it. Huh? Her lapdog shrugged. Brenda's always done it. Enough. I grabbed my phone, coffee cooling, dialed the landscaper I'd met at the hardware store, guy with a grin and a knack for weird jobs. Hey, Pete, it's Owen. Need a favor, big one. You do hedges. He chuckled, low, rough. Sure, what's up? I grinned, slow. A maze twisty, thick around my driveway. Brenda's shortcut ends today. Silence, then a laugh. That HOA nut with the SUV? Hell yeah, I'm in. Pittiness B. By noon, Pete rolled up, truck rattling, tools clanking, unloading bags of Japanese boxwood, dense green shrubs tough as nails. These grow fast, he said, wiping sweat off his brow. Thick, hard to bust through. She'll hate it. I nodded, Rusty sniffing the pile, picturing Brenda's face when her shortcut turned nightmare. We sketched it out, pencil scratching paper, not some straight row, but a labyrinth. Forks, dead ends, loops to nowhere. Entrance wide, luring her in, then chaos, tight turns, walls closing as they grew. Make it confusing, I said, smirking. Let her think she's winning, till she's lost. Pete grinned, diabolical, and we dug in, dirt flying under a climbing sun. Took days, shovels biting earth, roots sinking deep, neighbors peeking, Rusty sprawled in the shade. Brenda cruised by once, slow, SUV gleaming, eyes narrowing at the growing green, clipboard tucked tight. Didn't stop, didn't yell, just watched like a hawk sizing prey. I waved, casual, taunting, coffee in hand. She sped off, red blouse a blur, probably dialing her HOA cronies. Good, let her stew. By day 3, the maze stood, low but solid, boxwood thick, paths twisting like a snake spine. Not tall yet, time would fix that, but tricky enough to snag her. I added a sign, wooden, hand-painted, shortcut closed, welcome to the maze. Pete laughed, dooms implied, and drove off, cash in pocket, my yard transformed. Next morning, I was up early, coffee steaming, blinds cracked, waiting. Rusty perked, ears twitching. Then it came. The low rumble of Brenda's SUV, rolling confident like always. I grinned, mug warm, watching her turn in, tires crunching gravel. She'd seen the maze, knew my game, but couldn't resist. At first, silence, engine purring. Then brake lights flashed, sharp, panicked, horn blasting loud. I stepped to the window, Rusty barking now, peering out. Her SUV lurched, forward, back, caught in the first fork. One path dead, the other looping tight. She gunned it, tires spinning, hit a dead end, reversed wild. Almost clipping a hedge, horn blaring like it had moved the green. Minutes ticked, she swerved, stopped, swerved, trapped in my puzzle, boxwood walls mocking her. Then the door slammed, she climbed out, red blouse loud, blonde hair mussed, stomping through on foot, clipboard swinging. "On!" she bellowed, voice cutting the air. Emerging at the entrance, face redder than her shirt. This is harassment. I step onto the porch calm, coffee in hand. Harassment? You drove in, your choice. She jabbed the air, furious. You trapped me. That's illegal. I shrugged, my lamb, I maze. Legal landscaping. Check the rules. Her eyes burned, belly quivering as she huffed. HO will tear this down. Then stormed off, SUV lurching out, mud flying. I laughed low, real, Rusty nosing my leg. Neighbors buzzed, Glenn texting. She stuck, genius. Mrs. Lee saw her honking, priceless. Brenda thought I'd fold. Fence down, tail tucked. Didn't count on me planting chaos. Green walls to cage her smug. She'd run to her board. Red blouse flapping. Clipboard waving. Plotting revenge. Fine, bring it. Spins monos swallowing her crap. Her tiles. Her finis to snapped. Maze was just the start. Boxwood growing. Her shortcut dead. She wanted war. I'd build her a trap. Next move was hers. If she dared climb on my green hell. Morning crept over Lakeland slow and hazy. Sun filtering through my blinds. Coffee brewing sharp as I leaned against the counter. Rusty, snoozing by my feet. The maze stood outside. Boxwood walls low but thick. Twisting paths of green snarl around my driveway. Brenda's shortcut, now a trap. Yesterday's chaos lingered. Her SUV lurching, horn blaring. Her storming out red-faced, screaming about harassment. I'd laughed, coffee in hand. Watching her peel off, mud splattered, her clipboard no match for my hedges. She'd run to her HOA cronies, red blouse blazing, blonde hair bouncing short, betting they'd crush me. I sipped slow, mug warm, grinning. She didn't know I'd spent all night checking rules, sharpening my next play. Brenda wanted to fight. I'd grow her a jungle. By noon, an email pinged. HOA, stiff and formal. Notice, hedge structure deemed obstructive. Remove within 7 days or face fines. I laughed, bitter, Rusty's ears twitching. Obstructive? My maze sat square on my land. Private, legal, not their road. Brenda's fingerprints were all over it, her belly swaying as she'd wind to the board, playing victim. I fired back, short, sharp. Hedges are decorative landscaping, city approved. Check zoning. My property, my call. Sent it coffee cooling, then grabbed my phone, dialed Pete. They're mad, I said, smirking. May stays, make it taller. He chuckled. She's pissed, huh? I'll bring more boxwood, thicken it up. I grinned, game on. Pete rolled in, truck rumbling, dumping fresh shrubs, dense and green. These'll shoot up fast, he said, wiping dirt off his hands. She won't push through, too thick. We dug in, shovels slicing earth, adding layers, tightening turns, raising walls inch by inch. Neighbors peeked, Glenn waving, Mrs. Lee snapping pics, Rusty sniffing the piles. Brenda cruised by, slow, deliberate, SUV gleaming, eyes burning from her window. Didn't stop, just glared, red blouse aflash, clipboard on her lap. I waved, slow, taunting, shovel in hand. She sped off, tires squealing, plotting her next jab. Let her. I'd built a fortress, and it was growing. Night fell, moon thin, air sticky when trouble hit. Rustling woke me, sharp, sneaky, Rusty, growling low. I bolted up, heart thumping, grabbed my phone, flicked to the cam feed. There, grainy black and white, Brenda crept through my maze, black hoodie over her red blouse, blonde hair peeking out, garden shears glinting. She hacked, wild, furious, snipping branches, carving a jagged scar on my boxwood. I grinned, adrenaline buzzing, hit record. Slipped on shoes, stepped outside. Quiet, slow, moonlight glinting off her shears as she cursed under her breath. Brenda, I called, voice cutting the dark, leaning against a hedge. She spun, nearly tripping, face pale, then red, eyes wide. What the hell are you doing? This is illegal, she hissed, belly quivering, pointing shears at me. You tricked me, trapped me. I laughed, low, real, phone up, red dot blinking. Tricked you? You're chopping my hedges, my land, at midnight. That's vandalism. Smile for the cam. Her jaw dropped, shears trembling. Then she lunged at a bush, snipping harder, panic and spite. "Stop, or cops see this," I said firm. She froze, breathing ragged, glaring like she'd burn me down. "HOA'll ruin you," she spat, then bolted, stumbling through twists, lost in her own mess, shears clattering to the dirt. I smirked, clip saved, her rain cracking loud. Morning buzzed, neighbors texting. Saw Brenda sneaking. "Your maze?" I grinned, coffee fresh, watching the hedges gleam, her cuts jagged but shallow, boxwood tough as nails. She'd escalated, fines to shears, thinking I'd cave. Didn't know I'd spent years fixing stuff. Leaks, fences, quiet but stubborn. By noon, cops rolled up, called them myself, showing the clip, Brenda hacking, ranting, running. "Trespassing, damage," I said calm. Officer nodded, clear as day, took a report, drove off. Brenda's porch stayed dark, curtains tight, no red blouse flashing. Thought she'd sulk, lick her wounds. Nope. Afternoon brought an HOA guy, Dunlap, stiff in a polo, clipboard out, her shadow lurking behind him. "Mr. Owen," he started, voice dry, standing by my maze. "This hedge violates guidelines. Remove it or fine stack." Brenda hovered, red blouse crisp, blonde hair neat, smirk wide, belly swaying as she clutched her clipboard. "Safety hazard," she chirped, fake concern dripping. "Emergency access. Think of the neighborhood." I laughed, slow, loud, arms crossed. "Emergency vehicles use my driveway? That's new. My land, my hedges legal. Got papers, 1M. Dunlap shifted, uncomfortable, her smirk flickering. Pulled my folder, zoning, permits slapped in his hands. He skimmed, face tightening, Brenda's eyes burning. "We'll review," he muttered, backing off, her huffing behind him. I grinned, "Take your time," watching them slink away. She dared me, crash my fence, find my grass. Thought her HOA badge ruled all. Didn't count on me, growing chaos, green walls closing in. She'd slashed, lost, and my maze stood taller, thicker, her shortcut dead. Neighbors cheered, texts pinging, her throne wobbling. Brenda wasn't done, red blouse plotting, but I had clips, rules, and hedges. Next swing was hers, if she could claw out of my green trap. The sun climbed high over Lakeland, baking my maze into a green fortress, boxwood walls thickening daily, paths twisting tight around my driveway. I stood on the porch, coffee steaming, rusty panting at my feet, grinning at the hedges, their jagged scars from Brenda's midnight rampage already sprouting new leaves. Last night's clip, her hacking away, shears flashing, sat safe on my phone, a quiet dagger I'd plunged in her HOA armor. She'd stormed off, red blouse flapping, blonde hair wild. After Dunlap's retreat, my zoning papers slapping her smugness cold. I sipped slow, mug warm, thinking she'd back off, lick her wounds. Nope. By noon, her SUV rolled slow past my yard, engine growling low, her eyes burning from the window. She wasn't done, her belly swaying as she clutched that clipboard, plotting revenge. Trouble hit fast. An email pinged. HOA, all caps, final notice. Remove hedge maze or face legal action. I laughed, sharp, bitter, Rusty's ears twitching. Legal action? My maze was legal, city approved, rooted firm on my land. Brenda's desperation stank. Her red blouse probably soaked with sweat as she'd bullied the board. I fired back. See attached. Zoning permits. Try me. Then leaned back, coffee cooling, knowing she'd swing harder. She did. Afternoon brought her stomping up my walk. Red blouse loud, blonde hair short and mussed, trailing two landscapers, truck idling, tools clanking. "Owen," she barked, clipboard waving. "This ends now. I've hired pros to rip this mess out." I stepped out calm, arms crossed, grinning slow. "My land, Brenda. Good luck." She smirked, wide, vicious, belly quivering as she turned to the guys. "Go ahead, tear it down." One hesitated, shovel in hand, dirt-streaked face frowning. "You own this?" he asked, glancing at me. "Nope," I said, leaning on the rail. "I do. They can't touch it without my say." Brenda's smirk faltered, eyes twitching. Then she snapped, I'm HOA board. Do it. The guy shrugged. Need owners okay? Sorry, lady. And backed off, partner nodding. I laughed. Low real? Trespassing's illegal. Want cops again? She grabbed shears from their truck, red blouse blazing, lunging at a hedge, snipping wild. I pulled my phone, recording. Keep going, Brenda. Vandalism's a great look. She froze, breathing hard, then flung the shears down, stomping off, workers peeling out behind her. Neighbors buzzed. Glenn texting, she's unhinged. Your maze rules. Mrs. Lee saw her lose at gold. I grinned, hedges gleaming, her shortcut a memory. Thought she'd quit, cornered clipped. Wrong. Night fell, moon dim, when a crash jolted me awake, sharp, splintering, Rusty barking wild. I bolted up, heart pounding, grabbed my phone, checked the cam. Brenda, black hoodie over her red blouse, blonde hair peeking, swung a hatchet at my maze, chopping deep, branches flying. I hit record, slipped outside, quiet as shadows, watching her grunt, sweat dripping, lost in my twists. Brenda, I called, voice low, cutting. She spun, hatchet dropping, face pale, then red, caught again. You're dead. She hissed, belly heaving, lunging at me. I stepped back. Cops'll love this. Phone up, red up blinking. Dialed fast, voice steady, trespassing damage, got video. Cops rolled up, lights flashing, caught her mid-rant, hatchet at her feet. He trapped me. She screeched, red blouse peeking out, pointing wild. Officer watched the clip, her hacking, yelling, then cuffed her calm. Ma'am, you're on his land again. She flailed, screaming about HOA rights, dragged to the cruiser, blonde hair a mess. I stood, coffee cold now, watching her go, Rusty nosing my leg. Morning broke, neighbors swarming, text pinging. Cops got her. Your maze? I grinned, hedges scarred but standing, her rein cracking loud. HOA folded fast. Emergency meeting called, Brenda's arrest the spark. I walked in, jeans loose, folder thick, front row, facing Dunlap. He fidgeted, polo damp, bored whispering as I slid my clips across. Brenda slashing, ranting, then zoning proof. Her rules don't touch my land, I said, voice even, but her fines? Illegal. Check your books. Murmurs rose, Glenn piping up. She fined my fence, $1.50. Bullshit. Mrs. Lee. My porch, $1.75. Brenda's puppets shrank. Dunlap pale, voted her out, unanimous. She sat, red blouse limp, power gone, stunned silent. Cops dug deeper. My tip, found HOA cash skimmed. Her trips, her bags, years of it. Her house hit the market. Cheap, shunned. She slunk away, tail tucked. I stood by my maze, boxwood tough, growing tall, grinning as Rusty sniffed the dirt. Brenda'd crashed my piece, thought I'd bend, didn't count on a quiet guy with hedges and a cam. Her shortcut died, public, messy, and I hadn't yelled once. Neighbors cheered, freedom blooming, my lawn mine again. She'd swung, lost, and my green trap won. Dusk settled over Lakeland, painting my yard in soft purples as I fired up the grill. Burgers sizzling, smoke curling into the cooling air. The maze stood proud, boxwood walls thick and tall now, twisting paths a green fortress around my driveway. Its scars from Brenda's hatchet faded under new growth. Her SUV was gone, towed off by cops, not me. Her house across the street dark, for sale signs sagging in her overgrown lawn. A week had passed since her arrest, since the HOA crumbled under my clips and zoning proof, her red blouse drooping as she'd lost it all. I leaned on the rail, beer cold in my hand, grinning slow. Peace rolled in, hard one sweet, Rusty sprawled at my feet, tail thumping lazy. Brenda didn't fade quiet. Post-arrest, she tried one last jab. Anonymous calls to the city, whining my maze was a hazard. An inspector showed, clipboard out, boots crunching gravel. Paced the hedges, eyed the sign. Shortcut closed. Welcome to the maze. I handed my permits, coffee steaming, smirking as he skimmed. Legal, looks fine, he grunted, drove off. Her stunt dead. Then fake complaints hit. Neighbors texting. She's saying your bushes block views. I laughed. Boxwood tough, rooted deep. Her echoes fading. Her final flop came late. Caught her on cam again. Black hoodie, red blouse peeking, spray paint in hand, scrawling remove on my hedge. Cops nabbed her. Vandalism stacked. Her screams drowned by sirens as they hauled her off for good. That broke her reign. Investigation flared. My clips cracked her shell. Cops found HOA, cash funneled to her. Spa days, shiny bags, years of fines lining her pockets. Neighbors spilled, Glenn. She find my gate, $1.50, pure spite. Mrs. Lee, my planters, $1.75. Her petty kingdom, built on threats and clipboard waves, fell loud. HOA dissolved. Vote swift, no one clinging to her rules. Her house sat unsold. Price slashed, as stained folks dodged. Moving truck rolled out, gray dawn. Her glare faint through the window. Red blouse faded, blonde hair limp. She didn't wave, didn't fight, just left tail tucked. I raised my beer, silent toast, her shadow gone. The street bloomed. Folks exhaled free. Glenn hauled chairs over. Owen, you're a damn hero. Burgers on me. Mrs. Lee dropped pie. No more lawn patrols. Thank you. People I'd barely known waved. Smiles real. Fences down. Thanking me for toppling her. Kids ran through my maze. Laughing lost, parents snapping pics. Coolest yard ever. Online it blew up. Clips of Brenda honking, hacking viral gold. Maze man. Comments cheered. Thousands some begging Hedge tips. News vans rolled by. Lakeland's Hedge rebellion. My phone buzzing with calls I dodged. I grinned. Quiet Owen, burger guy now a legend. Rusty nosing my leg, oblivious. I thickened the maze. Pete back with more boxwood. Walls high now. Pads of green, puzzle, no shortcut could pierce. New folks moved in. Family next door, kid with a ball. Peeked over. Heard about your castle. Can we try? I laughed. Go for it. Their giggles echoing as the kid dubbed it Owen's Labyrinth. Added a plaque, brass, nailed by the entrance, in memory of HOA tyranny. Neighbors loved it. Grill nights sparked. Stories swapped over beers. Brenda ruled with a smirk. Her belly swaying, clipboard swinging. Thought I'd cave. Didn't count on a guy who'd plant chaos. Green walls to choke her smug. Halloween sealed it. Maze decked in cobwebs. Fog machines humming. Kids shrieking through as a haunted hit. Street packed. Trick-or-treaters wide-eyed. Best house ever. Parents grinning. No fines looming. Brenda's reign felt ancient. Her shortcut a ghost. My lawn alive. Blooming wild. She landed somewhere. Rumors said she's finding weeds across town. But here, we're done. Glenn stopped by. Beer in hand. Dusk glowing. Knew someone take her down, he said, grinning. But a maze? You're nuts. Worked, though. I flipped a burger. Sometimes you gotta grow your fight. He nodded. Place breeze now, no queen, no crap. My daisies grew back, grass patched. Maze standing tall, a green badge of peace. Brenda crashed my calm. Thought her HOA clout was steel. Till I dug in, planted roots, let her tangle herself. Took Hedge's clips, quiet grit, to bury her loud. Kids darted through. Neighbors laughed. Street hours again. She's a tale now, warning kind. Proof entitlements got thorns, and they snag hard. I stood by the grill, smoke thick, stars popping, beer sweating, dusk wrapping close. Maze gleamed, driveway mine, Lakeland free, Rusty snoring soft. Brenda lost. Owen won, and burgers never tasted better. Dusk fell soft over Lakeland. Burger smoke drifting as I stood by my maze. Boxwood tall, Brenda's SUV a ghost. Her house sat dark, sold cheap. HOA crown smashed. After I'd planted hedges, caught her slashing, and dropped her rain with clips. She tore my lawn, find my peace, till I grew a green trap to choke her smug. Brenda glared as she left. Red blouse faded, power dust, lesson carved. Neighbors grill now. No rules, just laughs. My maze a local star. Here's the truth, folks. Don't let anyone trample your space, literal or not. Plant your hedge, quiet, fierce, stand tall when they push. Brenda thought I'd fold. I rooted deep one big. You've got your Brenda. Don't wait. Build your maze. Claim your ground. Peace hits hard when you earn it. Grill's hot. Victory's sizzling.